This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with Mecklenburg and Marbella. We're in Berlin here at the O2 World. With me I've got David Price, 5th round TKO win over COSTA Jr. You're patient, a little bit too cautious early on, David, do you feel?
No, just boxing towards us, just boxing behind the jab. I mean, 10 rounds is a long time. There's, those days are gone where I get in and trying to blast people out straight away. Different approach, boxing towards us, keep the jab working. And, I fight my fight. You hear people getting frustrated in the crowd, because it's taking a bit of time, but I can't afford to listen to these people who've done that in the past and come unstuck. So it's just about using the jab and, as I say, boxing towards us. What Franny told me to do. He told me the openings would come and exactly what he said would happen, did happen.
Talking about the first knockdown, as soon as you connected with that, you would have known that he was there for the taking in that round.
Yeah, I did, yeah. But I wanted to stay patient with my approach. I didn't want to run in and start, firing big bombs because although he didn't show much in way of ambition, punch output, he was a big, strong heavyweight in front of you and anything can happen, so it only takes one shot. So I felt I handled it well,
Second shot, did you think that had done it then?
Yeah, it did, and then he got up again, but honestly, my own mentality's changed. In the past, if I had someone on the floor and getting up, I was like anxious to get them out of there, but now, I wouldn't have got him out of there in that round, I would have got him out of there in the next round. So it might make for as exciting viewing as in the past, but it's going to get me the results that I need as I move forward.
Absolutely. It's your 4th win now with Sauerland. You'll return later in the summer in Liverpool.
Yeah.
What sort of fight are we really looking at now, David, now this one's over?
We're looking at a top 10 ranked opponent in one of the governing bodies. We haven't spoke about it yet, but definitely a step up and someone who's got something for me to take off them potentially, something for me to gain, take their ranking. So there's a lot out there, but we'll have a look. We'll decide which type of opponent will suit me best and who's going to be the easiest fight out of them. Let's face it, that's how it works. You're not going to go in with a style you might struggle with. You've got to match me properly, and that's what these will do. We'll find an opponent who are better to handle and hopefully beat.
Of them 4 fights, how many of them are confidence boosting fights for you to sort of get you back into that sort of mentality, that winning mentality?
The winning mentality's never gone away, but the first fight was just about getting back under the lights, and then to be honest, my second fight against the I think it was a Czech Pala, and he put me down in the second round, like a bit of a funny knockdown, but he was probably better than tonight's opponent. He has a decent record, good knockout ratio, but this opponent tonight he took Tyson Fury's next opponent 12 rounds, and he's got a good knockout ratio. So the 4 wins, I'm definitely back to where I was because I'm technically at the best I've ever been. Mentally best I've ever been, and physically, still don't believe I've reached my peak. I'm 31, but I was always a bit of a late developer, and now we're talking, 2 years off being in my prime, I think.
Is there a possibility you'll return to the Echo?
Yeah, that's the plan.
That is the plan.
That's the plan. Yeah.
Have you got some demons to exercise at the Echo?
No, I've been there since. I've been at a concert. I have been there. No, it's just it's one of them, and you've got to face these things. It's on my doorstep. So if I want to go in the Echo Arena, I'll just phone Robbie. Say, Robbie, can I go and have a walk around the arena, stand in the middle of the room, think about what happened. But as I say, I'm in a different place mentally, and that pressure that used to be there is no longer there as far as I'm concerned. So, I mean, that's the plan, is the Echo, but it needs to be a big enough opponent to warrant going to the Echo. So we'll see. Just
finally, obviously, we spoke in depth the other day about Tyson Fury. He's got a fight coming up next week, and he's also in a mandatory situation with Klitschko at the moment. But keeping one eye on that and seeing what happens with that.
I keep an eye on every week boxing, and like I said, if he was to look for an alternative, you wouldn't have to look any further than myself. You know, I think fighters owe it to each other to produce opportunities. You know, by stepping in. You know, without other fighters, there'd be no boxing. You know, so we all owe it to each other to be involved in these big fights. And I still think it is a big fight. And if it doesn't work out for him, the Klitschko route, as quick as he wants to, then, you know, we'd be willing to talk. I do know that it has already been spoken about with Calla and McHennessy, Frank Warren. You know, it has been mentioned, not in detail, but you know, they are aware of it being a potential fight that could happen. And
your British fans got to see you tonight.
Yeah, great. Back on Sky, you know. You know, it was BoxNation, Sky, all great, but the reality is the casual fan is going to be watching in the pub on Sky, and you know, I'm glad I got a bit of a exciting finish to the fight, but also got to show it, you know, a little bit what the other things I've got. So it was perfect, really.
All right, listen, David Price, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, and we look forward to news of your return to Liverpool whenever it is, and we'll see you there.
Good to be back on IFL TV. So.
Pleasure having you. Thank you very much, David.
Thanks.